side. However, I feel like 220 is not nearly enough compared to what we were doing previously on some of the other days. So we're gonna do even more push-ups and at least get to, how many do we want to do? I have no idea. We're just gonna do some and go from here. Ironically, my chest is not the sore part today, it's the triceps. So we're gonna do even more push-ups, and then after this I'm gonna do some other kind of a workout, but mainly push-ups for now. Ate not that long ago, so let's hope I don't puke. Alright, so I'm gonna straighten this out. Alright, more. Let's see. Alrighty, we're good. So now, I guess we'll start hitting push-ups and do at least a couple hundred of these ones for today. I gotta go and do a night shift in a couple of hours, so I don't have all day for this like we have in the last few nights. So we're gonna do these ones a little bit earlier and faster paced than the previous ones we were doing. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's see, straighten it out a tiny bit. Alright, doing these ones on a rug today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, Fidwick the Moose. Alright. More push-up time. Let's roll this down on the ground. Come on, Jimmy, go. How's it going, man? Welcome to the live. Doing more push-ups. There's 30. Whew, hey, we're up to 6 viewers now. Welcome in. See, you doing push-ups? Yeah, I'm doing push-ups. Frederick the Puppet, how's it going, man? Welcome to the push-up live. You did your push-ups this morning? Nice. What's your goal? Don't really have a goal today. I'm just gonna crank out some push-ups. I did 220 of them earlier when I was outside before I ate. And then I took a break for like an hour, and now I'm doing more push-ups today. But I gotta work night shift tonight, so probably won't do a whole bunch of them today. But gotta do at least a couple hundred more, so. If you had super, thanks. I would give you a few dollars to keep going. Yeah, I haven't done that for this channel yet. I should make it so people can give donations if they want to, but I've never been cool with begging people to give me money. I've always felt like it was kind of pathetic to do that. So, you know, honestly, if you're subscribed and you like the live, it's good enough for me. Hey, how's it going, this small content creator? Welcome to the push-up live stream. I wonder if I should move locations for this. This room's a little bit more cramped than the other rooms are, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Alright, another set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18, 19, Alrighty, there's 40. Work later. Yeah, I don't want to tire myself out too much, but I want to keep going on this challenge too. Don't want to slack off just because I've got a night shift tonight. So I think it's a combination of factors. Let's see, that was 30, 30. I think we're at 90 push-ups now that we've done in this live so far. I've already done 200 today, so I'm thinking maybe 300 will be the goal for this live stream. Would you like a gift? I don't think I have that setting turned on in my lives right now, but maybe the next time I do a live stream, I'll try and set something up so people can do that if they want to. But like I said, I don't like begging people for money, is the thing. I think the main reason why is that, like I said, I kind of find that a little bit pathetic for people to be like, give me money, you know. I feel like you should hold on to your hard-earned money and, you know, use it, invest it in wise things. So, not to say that investing in me is a poor investment, but, you know, I know there are a lot of people out there are financially struggling right now, so use your money wisely, guys. Okay, if we're at 90 push-ups, maybe we'll do some Mike Tyson push-ups for this next set. Hold on. Move this over here. Okay. Alright, so let's try and do these. You know, Mike Tyson push-ups kind of suck after a little while. I don't know why. I think it's because you can feel it in like your back and other muscles you wouldn't normally feel push-ups at. I think with super, thanks, it's more of a choice, so I don't mind sometimes. Yeah, that is true. Like I said, I'll probably set up some kind of system of some sort so that people want to give gifts, they can. But like I said, one of those things that I'll probably set up at some point. Up until a few days ago, I've never even done a live stream, and then I think it was on day 2 or 3 of this push-up challenge that I just randomly started doing a live stream out of the blue, and I've probably gotten like an additional 20 subscribers over the last 2 to 3 live streams that I've done. So yeah, I've been seeing some growth within the channel. That's been pretty cool. And yeah, it's cool to gain, you know, more people that are, you know, kind of have the same goals as you. Let's see. I would like a rowing machine, but I have no room. Yeah, I get that. I have no room for gym equipment where I'm at either, except for dumbbells. I do have a couple sets of those. I take it you're in your 20s, Jimmy? Yep, I'm in my 20s. Sometimes people mistake me for not being in my 20s or being younger, but most of the time people are pretty accurate with my age to some extent. So, especially when I have shorter hair. I don't know why, but when I have longer hair, seems to throw people off a bit more, especially if I'm not clean shaven or anything like that. Alright, so that was 10 push-ups, so we're now at 100 push-ups for this so far. I'd say we aim to do 300 push-ups though for this live stream before it ends. So we're already 10 minutes into the live stream. That's pretty cool. Getting pumped. Like I said, we did a different live stream earlier where we also hit push-ups, so I'm not going to go super high for this one. Well, as long as I'm not watching some 18-year-old kid, lol, yeah. Yeah, don't be watching kids, guys. Don't be weird, okay? I would say go watch adults, but that also sounds pretty bad out of context, so go watch self-improvement stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, my brain is not braining today, but that's okay. We don't need to think big thoughts, we just need to keep pushing the floor. Okay, let's do another 30 push-ups maybe. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. There goes 35. Let's keep going to 50. 36. 38. 40. Alright. Alright, there's 50. Alright, so now we're at 150 push-ups. Fun. I just started following you a week ago. You appeared in my feed. Yep. Your name does look familiar, so that would make sense. Maybe you were one of the few people who saw my first live stream, perhaps. Or maybe you saw some of my long form videos. I do upload those on about a weekly occasion, too. The problem for me is I'm still trying to decide what format I want to do my self-improvement content in, because it's like, I don't really like making shorts that much, unless it's like just a quick demonstration of something new I'm trying to learn. Like yesterday when I uploaded a short showing me attempting to do Mike Tyson push-ups, because I never had even heard of them before until last night when people were talking about them in my live stream, and I'm like, everyone keeps talking about these push-ups. I need to figure out what's all the hype about. And then I tried them out, and they are challenging. It's kind of weird though, because like with Mike Tyson push-ups, you have to plant your feet against the wall to kind of like assist with the form. And also makes your back feel kind of stiff because of that rotation movement up and down. They're pretty cool though. I did 90 of them yesterday, and the first half of those 90 was a little sketch, but the last several reps were getting better. I was starting to get the form down. No, it was a long form video that appeared. It was probably something to do with working out. Okay. Could have been a couple different videos, because I did make a video talking about six-pack ab workouts, but I also made videos talking about, you know, just working out in general and stuff like that. I've made a lot of long form videos over the last few months. I've only been uploading since January of this year, so I've not even actually been uploading self-improvement stuff for that long. Before this, I was mainly doing retro gaming content that I was uploading stuff about. And then I kind of pivoted because stopped playing video games as much and started focusing more upon trying to improve my life. So, yeah, working on improving life. That's a good goal. Making your life better in certain aspects. Although I've been working out since 2020, late 2020 in the fall, and then I've been pretty much working out consistently ever since for like the last 5 or 6 years, but I've also had like weird breaks and times where I've stopped working out, like earlier last month in June. I went for like 3 to 3.5 weeks without working out, and it was hard getting back into it. It's kind of part of the reason I started doing these push-up challenges to begin with, was for that very reason. I've seen guys do calisthenics. Ironically, I feel I was better at that stuff when I was a kid. Yeah, I could see that. As a kid, you're more flexible and you also recover pretty quickly versus when you get older. I feel like you can tap into more strength, but you don't have that quick recovery. I've been consistent since 21. I'm only 36. That's a lot of dedication. Kudos to you. I'm nowhere near 36 yet, but early 20s. But yeah, consistency is very important. I did not work out at all until like the last year of high school, and then yeah, I've been doing it for a while since then. But yeah, keep working out. It's definitely good for you, and I think social media has kind of fried people's perceptions of what is capable, for most people starting off to, the fitness industry is a mess nowadays, but we won't get too much into that. So let's do some more push-ups. We're at 150 that we've done, so let's do another 20, 30, 50 push-ups, depending on how we're feeling. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 19. Alright. There's 30, so. Alright, 180 push-ups is where we're currently at now. Sleep scores and all this, never used to care about the hours. Just if I didn't sleep enough one night, I would make it up for it. I think this stuff makes people go crazy sometimes. How did you increase your push-up range like 100 to 200? I would say just consistently working out is the important part. If you improve your form, you're going to do less push-ups, but you're going to actually see more growth. So I would say the problem is, let's see, I can do like 5 or at max 20 if I push myself and call it a day. Yeah, I don't know, it's kind of, different people train in different ways. Some people like, pushing themselves to absolute failure once or twice and call it a day. Then there's people like me who like doing, lots of sets for certain things. I would say you can make push-ups definitely a lot harder by elevating your legs and doing push-ups that way. But I would just say consistency is a really important part of it. When I first started working out back in 2020 when it was still a pandemic, I would just do push-ups all day, every day. And I would say about 500, 5 days a week. I was obsessed with doing push-ups. Before every meal, I was doing push-ups. Before I took a shower, I was doing push-ups. And I kind of quit doing that as I started getting more into fitness stuff, because I started working on improving the form rather than the numbers, and that's how I managed to kind of make improvements. But I think that consistency is the important first step to get into working out. Factual though, I was consistent back in 2022 and it was easy for me to do push-ups and pull-ups then, but now holy crap, it's hard. Yeah, if you take a break from doing it, it really kind of sucks, for sure. Let's see, that's nice, I'll keep it in mind. See, which part? Oh yeah, not counting and just worrying about form. Yeah, form is really important, especially with push-ups. I used to make this mistake, and I still will make it when I'm nearing failure sometimes, where I'll drop my lower back a bit, and it's kind of taking some of the resistance off my chest because it kind of distributes the weight differently. So I would say it's really important to try and keep your back straight when doing push-ups. And I think naturally your back's going to dip a little bit when you're nearing failure with push-ups. So I think kind of manually correcting your posture every now and then as you near failure is kind of an important important step in really kind of pushing yourself. But yeah, I would just say, yeah, consistency and form. Those are two very important parts when it comes to working out. Right now we are at 180 push-ups for this live stream, which is insane. We're only 21 minutes in, and we already hit push-ups earlier, and we were going to like failure earlier. So I'm impressed I still have this much energy left. So we're at 180, and we're going to aim for 300, and then we're probably going to call it a day. But that's fine. Hopefully we get more viewers in here. 180 push-ups, that's the goal by the end of the stream. Well, I already hit 180 push-ups already throughout this live stream, so what we're actually aiming for is 300 push-ups. So we have already done 180, that means 120 are still left to be done. So the goal by the end of the stream is at least 300 push-ups. And I could go higher, I could probably go closer to 500 if I really wanted to, but because I've got stuff going on later tonight and I'm going to be up all night, I probably shouldn't push myself too hard. And so one of these days, when I have a day off from work, we're going to go for 1,000 push-ups, but not today. Today's going to just be 300 push-ups for this live stream. So, but you know what? Every day, as long as you're doing something and you're pushing yourself, that's what matters. So, let's see, grab my water cup. Wah-wah. Except I'm almost out. Alright, so we're at 180, 120 push-ups left. Like the live stream and subscribe if you aren't already so I don't miss any of the chaos. Alright, let's get to another set. So if we're at 180 push-ups right now, we should do 20 different push-ups than the normal ones we've been doing. So let's attempt to do some more Mike Tyson ones. So let's try this. I don't know if my form may be kind of iffy, so if it looks off, just comment it down below. I'm still learning how to do these. Alright, so. One, two, oh, those suck. Oh, jeez. Yeah, no more Mike Tyson push-ups for this live stream. I'm still kind of stiff from last night doing them. Probably just gonna do normal push-ups, but now we're at 200 push-ups. So, got 100 push-ups left for this live stream. But yeah, if you have any questions about self-improvement stuff or anything like that, feel free to comment it on the chat. I will try and read everything that I see. Whew. I don't know what it is about those push-ups. I think it's just that extra movement. It also makes your legs kind of hurt after a while, because you're like doing a squat position against the wall. I don't know, it's weird doing Mike Tyson push-ups. I've never done them before up until yesterday. Whew. Definitely challenging though. Do you have a basement for a basement? Well, do you have a basement for like a basement gym? Not at the moment, no. The only thing I really have is I have two different sets of dumbbells. I have one set of 30-pound dumbbells and one set of 40-pound dumbbells. And everything else I do, aside from dumbbells, is calisthenics to work out. Now, for a while, I was going to the gym with a friend of mine when he had a membership there. So I was going to Planet Fitness on a pretty regular basis last summer. But unfortunately, that kind of got interrupted after some other stuff came up, so I just haven't been to the gym in like months. I think I've gone to the gym randomly like once 2 months ago, and that was pretty much it for a while. So most of the workouts and stuff like that I now do at home, entirely with dumbbells or bodyweight movements. So you can get in shape with just calisthenics and dumbbells, though. You don't have to go to a gym. It's just that certain muscles are a lot harder to hit at home than they are at the gym. A great example of this is back muscles. Now, there are some calisthenics that kind of hit the back, but when you only have dumbbells, you're basically limited to like dumbbell rows that are bent over, or sometimes, you know, you could do pull-ups, but I don't have a pull-up bar at the moment. I did have one, but it broke, and so I just haven't done pull-ups in a long time either, unless I'm at the gym, which I already said I haven't been at the gym in a while. I just cherry-picked what I've seen, what's worked, and what didn't, and made my own routine. All my workout equipment is under my bed in my room. That's good, yeah. I would never take the advice of just one single individual of what works and doesn't work for fitness, because I don't know, there's so many different people that have differing opinions on working out. Like, you'll have the science-based lifters, and then you'll have like pro bodybuilders, or the old era bodybuilders giving advice. And just because one exercise is technically not as good as another doesn't mean that it's inherently like better, if you know what I mean. Like, I remember for a while there was a lot of people who were hating on the Arnold press. You know, when you have dumbbells where you do like a bicep curl and then you push up and then go back, the compound exercise. And I've seen a lot of people who've both hated on it, but also I've seen people who have supported it. So I don't know. Yeah, don't take one person's advice over everyone else's. Just see what's worked for some people and see what works for you, and do it with good form. Alright, so we're at 200 push-ups now. Still have 100 push-ups left to go. So that's gonna be fun. Push-ups are challenging when you're tired. And what time is it right now? Yeah, I still have like 2 hours before I have to go to work, so we're doing good on time. After this, I'll probably shower and then get my work clothes around and stuff. So let's see. Ooh, yay, we're down to 1 viewer, guys. It is what it is. That's fine. We don't need an audience to stay disciplined. Alright, here we go. Alright. 100 push-ups left to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, 30 push-ups. I'm only going to stay for a bit longer. I'm getting tired. Hey man, whatever works for you. If you're tired, you need to go sleep, don't let me stop you. You know, take care of your health. Yeah, don't. So, and I get it, I'm gonna be tired tomorrow after night shift, so. Yeah, no, I get it. If you gotta leave, you gotta leave. It is what it is. Whew. My nose is itching. Alright, so we're at 230 push-ups now. 70 push-ups to go before we end the live stream. So, yeah. Whew. It's kind of hot today. At least there was a breeze outside when I was doing this, but yeah, who cares? 2 viewers again. Nice. Yeah. Fun. Hope you're night security where you can sleep at a desk all night. Yeah, that doesn't work for my job, unfortunately, but it doesn't matter. I slept in today, so I should be doing all right. And I bought like 5 energy drinks from Dollar Tree too, so I'll keep them in my car in case I really need them. So, no worries. I will get super pumped or something. Besides, it's a fairly new job, so maybe the nervousness will help keep me awake. Alright, another set of push-ups. Alright, here we go. Another set of push-ups. 1, 2, 4. Alrighty, that was another 30 push-ups. So now we're at 260 push-ups. Alright, only 40 more to go. Oh, that's tiring. Yeah. Man, we're at 2 viewers now. Exciting. Welcome to the push-up live stream, where we do lots of push-ups. And now we're down to 1 again. Okay. Anyone want to say something cool? Got one of my GameCube controllers in here with me, because I bought a GameCube about a month or 2 ago. Yeah, I still am into retro gaming stuff. Maybe I shouldn't call GameCubes retro. Some people might get offended, but they're... yeah, it's a knockoff controller. It's a Pelican one, but they're pretty fun to play on, even if the games are expensive. So, yeah. Some self-improvement YouTubers are very anti-video games for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Especially creators like Hamza. I don't know why they hate on video games so much, but I don't know, it's like, I kind of get it. Like, people who endlessly play video games, it's not a healthy habit, but simultaneously, like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people who hate on video games have a different vice that's just as bad. I don't know. Don't play video games. I mean, I get it, though. I used to play video games a lot back in the day, too. I still do play them on occasion. I just don't play them nearly as much as I used to. So, it's like, video games are fun, but don't make your whole life about them. There's a reason why I stopped playing video games and on making YouTube videos on them and start focusing on other stuff. And we're back down to 2 viewers. Alright, let's do... We got, what, 40 push-ups left to hit 300. Got a pump. The pumps and the biceps for some reason too, even though those aren't getting targeted via push-ups. Not sure what that's about. Alright. Alright, let's do another set of push-ups. Alright. more push-ups to do. So this is gonna be fun. I've mostly been watching content, but in the evenings, because I usually study all day, so reward, I don't game much anymore. Yeah, I don't have anything against video games. I do, I mean, I have game consoles. It's not like I never play video games. But I think it's kind of a balance issue where I think people can enjoy video games and have them not be a negative consequence in their life. But if all you do is play video games outside of work and you never have a social life, I do believe video games can be negatively impacting you. But like I said, I like video games, and I do play video games too. I just don't play them nearly as much as I used to. I used to play video games like 5 to 6 hours every day after school, so yeah, that's a lot of gaming. But I think a lot of people who hate on video games do equally bad habits like scrolling on their phones for hours and hours every day on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook. It's kind of like boomers hating on kids playing video games, and then they, decide to scroll on Facebook and stuff. Hey, welcome in, man. Rahil NXXN10, or however that's pronounced. I'm not good with reading all the names, unfortunately, but welcome into the push-up live stream. We are attempting to break a push-up record from a YouTuber called IceColdJT. I'm trying to break his 30-day push-up record where he hit 10,618 push-ups in 30 days. And currently we're on, I think it's day 6 of this challenge. So we're trying to hit at least 100 push-ups every day, possibly more. So, yuppers. Alrighty, so we've hit 260 push-ups currently on this live stream. Now we need to hit 40 more in order to hit 300. So, like the live and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's do this. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Alright, we're at 30. Alright. Oh, there's 40. And then you get older and realize, I think I want to do more with my life than just gaming, and I don't have forever like I thought I did. Yep. Unfortunately, very true. When you're younger, you think you have all the time in the world, and then one day you realize you don't, and that's never a fun realization. I think the thing about gaming is I think gaming is a good hobby. It's fun to do a little bit of, but I think it also depends on both what games you're playing and how much you play games. And I think it also varies in what else you do aside from gaming. Because I think I've known people who were casual gamers, they own like a handful of video games, and they had their childhood console they would pull out and plug and play. And then I also knew guys who would play video games, but they only would play them with their friends, so they were kind of like a social outlet of sorts to spend time with their buddies. And then I've known people who will play video games like MMOs and stuff for hours every day. I've known some people who just would play games on their phone every time they had a free moment or free chance. So, like I said, it's one of those things that's complicated because I don't think video games are bad for you, but I do believe you have to control how much you play them. It's kind of like watching movies. I don't think watching movies is bad either. I just think that, you shouldn't spend every free moment you have consuming. And I think social media is the same way. I think people who casually watch social media from time to time, it's not necessarily a bad thing. but the moment you find yourself scrolling for hours at a time and keeping up with every post and upload from like 50 plus different creators, you gotta sit back and wonder for a moment, like, is this really healthy or not? So, I don't know. I do think sometimes in the self-improvement community, though, there are some people who are like, stop using electronics and go read books, and that's all they tell people to do is read books, journal, and exercise, and don't have friends because you need to lock in and grind. So I think self-improvement over the years has had its miscommunications too and its problems. So I don't know. That's why we're uploading self-improvement content though, so we can counteract the hustle culture people, I guess. So, yeah. Whew, okay, so we're at how many? So we're at 300 push-ups now. I think I might do one more set before I call it a night, and maybe we'll see if we get any more viewers in here or not. So, but yeah, thank you to all of you who've been sticking by in the live and watching me do push-ups. I guess it's a little interesting, but I appreciate all the support, and it's definitely been easier to do push-ups since I started doing live streams, because kind of communicating with people as I'm in between sets has been honestly more encouraging and uplifting than I would have expected it to be. You wouldn't think that, but it's actually been easier in my opinion to work out with doing a live stream and being able to communicate with people, and it's bringing new people to the channel who normally wouldn't see my content either, so that's pretty cool. I do like that. Hey, welcome in. Alrighty, so we're at 300 push-ups. We're gonna do one more set before we call it a night. And like I said, if you haven't seen my other videos already, I upload usually at least once a week with long-form videos on this channel. I make a lot of self-improvement advice videos, a lot of goofy stuff like that. If that's something you like watching, feel free to subscribe and go watch them whenever you have the chance or on your own time. And yeah, always feel free to comment and suggest your own ideas and stuff like that too. Alright, we're 42 minutes into this live stream, so how's it going, AOWJ? Welcome into the live. We were doing push-ups. I only got 1 or 2 sets left, but we did 300 push-ups today for this live stream. Well, I didn't even have to ask you. Sometimes I see the steady guys or the guys that want to motivate. Why not lead by example instead of just talking about it? But this was fun. Hopefully more push-up streams. Honestly, yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'm really tired of seeing self-improvement content creators who they give advice, but they don't actually follow it themselves. I've seen this for so many gym influencers and self-improvement guys, and I think all of us can be guilty of teaching something that we don't practice, because in the most ideal situations we would do them, but yeah, it's like there are a lot of people out there, especially on social media, who they teach what they don't practice. And there's also a lot of weird, I don't know what to call it, buzzwording around self-improvement now too, like manifesting abundance and stuff. So I do think sometimes people overcomplicate what they actually need to do, or we make things sound like, there's a lot of people who love making videos with very simple life advice, but they frame it in a way that it sounds new and unique and the answer to all your questions, and it's not your fault, it's actually this. If you know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of problems that exist in the self-improvement now. So I try to keep things simple with my videos. I try to just cover what personally I know works for me. I usually try to avoid making videos about any topics I don't have experience in. That's why I don't really talk about dating much, because yeah, that's one of the areas of my life I'm still trying to work on, and if I'm still trying to work on it, I should be giving other people advice about stuff that I'm not personally doing. So yeah, don't give advice about things that you are still working on yourself. I think now I am older, I hold myself more accountable. Like, if I say I will do something, 9 out of 10 I will do it, unless it turns I real count but not sacrifice a number out. Yeah, I get it. I get what you mean. Yeah, holding yourself accountable is really important, and I feel like when you don't hold yourself accountable, I feel like you kind of lie to yourself, and you kind of lose confidence in yourself when you do that. So when you tell yourself you're going to do something, make sure you actually do it. I used to be guilty of that a lot, especially in high school. So yeah, definitely stay true to your word, both to other people and to yourself. All right, we're going to do one more set of push-ups. Feel free to do them with me. You don't have to just watch. All right, let's do this. All right, we're going to go for 20 or 30. So do other people. Yeah, so do other people if you don't. Yeah, very true. Yeah, don't make sure you practice what you preach in life though, and hold yourself accountable. That's, up until I would say that I'm trying to hold myself more accountable now, and I'm far from perfect. I make mistakes, my diet still needs work, but we're trying to get 1% better every day. That's the goal. If we improve even just a little bit more than we were yesterday, then that is progress. So just keep working on bettering yourself one day at a time. Let's do these last set of push-ups. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, let's do 5 more very slowly. Okay. Sheesh. That was fun. Now my chest is sore. But yeah, whew. That was good though. We did 330 push-ups for this live stream. That is progress. If nothing else, that is progress. So I thank you all for stopping by the live stream. I'm gonna go and shower and get ready for my stuff tonight. Thank you all for stopping by. If you're not subscribed already, feel free to do so and go check out my other content. I do also have a Discord that I try to communicate with my subscribers with. So yeah, hope you all have a great evening, and just keep taking care of yourself, keep working out, and I will see you again, hopefully, very, very soon. So take care out there.